Good morning and welcome to our show. Today we're discussing a question that many of us face in our lives. Should we choose a career based on our passion, or is it better to look for stability? It's a difficult decision. On one hand, a job we love can bring us great happiness. On the other hand, a secure job can give us a comfortable life without worry. To help us explore this topic, we have two guests with very different views. First, we have Leo. Leo's a strong believer in following your dreams and building a career from something you're truly passionate about. And with him is Sarah. Sarah believes in the importance of stability. She argues that a secure job is the key to a good and stress-free life. We'll start with opening statements from both Leo and Sarah. Then, we'll have a discussion before they give their final thoughts. Let's begin.
Thank you, Chloe. I want to start by saying something I strongly believe in. Your work is a very big part of your life, so you should love what you do. Think about it. We spend about 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, at our jobs. That's a huge amount of our time. If you spend that time doing something you don't care about, it'll negatively affect your whole life. Passion is the best motivation. When you're passionate about your work, you have more energy. You're more creative, and you don't mind working hard because it doesn't feel like work. It feels like you're doing something important and meaningful. Some people say that a big salary is the most important thing. But can money truly buy happiness? Imagine you have a high-paying job, but you feel bored or stressed every single day. You come home tired and unhappy. Is that a successful life? I don't think so. True happiness comes from fulfillment, from knowing that you're spending your time on something that matters to you. For example, think of a musician who loves writing songs, or a chef who loves creating new dishes. Their passion gives them a reason to wake up in the morning. I know that following your passion can be risky. It's not always the easiest path, especially at the beginning. It might not pay well at first, but the final reward is a life filled with joy and purpose. You're investing in your long-term happiness, and I believe that's the most valuable investment you can ever make. It's about creating a life, not just making a living.
Thank you, Chloe. Leo speaks very beautifully about passion, but I want to talk about reality. A good life needs a strong and stable foundation, and a secure job provides that foundation. Let's be practical. Every single one of us has basic needs. We need a place to live, food to eat, and clothes to wear. A stable job with a regular income means you can pay your bills on time. It removes the constant stress and worry about money. This isn't a small thing. It's the basis of a peaceful life. Furthermore, stable jobs usually come with very important benefits. I'm talking about health insurance, which is essential if you get sick. I'm talking about paid holidays, which allow you to rest and travel. And I'm talking about a retirement plan so you can be secure when you're older. These are things that are very difficult to get when you work in a less stable field, or for yourself. Following a passion often means giving up this security. And I want to challenge the idea that a stable job means an unhappy life. A stable job can actually give you more freedom. When you're not worried about where your next paycheck will come from, you have the mental energy and the financial resources to enjoy your passions outside of work. Your job doesn't have to be your one and only passion. For example, you can be an accountant who has a stable 9-to-5 job and then spend your weekends painting or hiking. You can be a government worker who uses your generous holiday time to travel the world. Your stable career makes these passions possible. It's a smart choice that allows you to build a comfortable and secure life for yourself and your family.
Thank you both for those strong opening statements. Sarah, I'd like to start with you. Leo talks a lot about happiness and fulfillment. What do you say to people who are in stable, secure jobs, but feel completely bored or unhappy? They feel like a small part of a big machine. Is a secure but boring life really a good life?
That's a fair question, Chloe. I think it's important to have realistic expectations. A job is just one part of your life. It's not your entire identity. If you expect your job to provide 100% of your happiness, you'll probably be disappointed. Happiness can and should come from many sources: your family, your friends, your community, and your hobbies. The main purpose of a job is to provide the resources you need to live your life. It's more realistic to find a job that you're good at and that pays well, and then build a happy life around it. You can find fulfillment outside of the office.
I have to disagree there, Sarah. We spend around 40 hours a week at work. That's more time than we spend with our families during the week. If those 40 hours make you feel unhappy, bored, or stressed, that feeling doesn't just disappear when you leave the office. It comes home with you. It can affect your health, your sleep, and your relationships with the people you love. It's very difficult to build a happy life on a foundation of an unhappy work week. The two are connected.
An interesting point, Leo. Let's turn that around. Leo, Sarah makes a very good point about practical needs and security. How can someone realistically follow their passion if it doesn't pay enough money to live on, especially at the beginning? How do you pay your rent and buy food when your passion project isn't making a profit yet?
That is the biggest challenge, and it requires a smart plan. I'm not saying you should quit your job tomorrow with no savings and just hope for the best. That would be foolish. For most people, it means making a transition. It might mean working a stable part-time job to pay the bills while you use your free time to build your passion project. It might mean saving money for a year or two so you have a safety net. It's a process, and it requires sacrifice and hard work. Many successful entrepreneurs and artists started this way. They had a dream, and they worked tirelessly to make it a reality, even when it was difficult.
But Leo, that sounds like a very big risk. And it's a risk that doesn't pay off for everyone. We hear the success stories, but we don't hear about the thousands of people who try this and fail. They end up with no money, no career, and a lot of debt. Isn't it a much safer and more responsible path to build a stable career first? Get your education, find a good job, and build your savings. Then, when you're financially secure, you can take a calculated risk on a passion project. If it works, that's wonderful. If it doesn't, you still have your stable career to fall back on. You haven't risked everything.
In the end, I believe this comes down to a simple question. What do you want from your one life? Life is too short to spend 40 hours every week feeling uninspired and just waiting for the weekend. We have the ability to find work that makes us feel alive, that challenges us, and that brings us a sense of purpose. I encourage everyone listening to think about what that is for you. Don't be afraid to take a calculated risk on your own happiness. It may not be the easiest road, but it is the most rewarding. So my final message is this. Don't just work for a living. Create a life that you love living.
I want to be clear. I'm not against happiness. I believe a stable career is the most reliable path to achieving it. Stability is not the opposite of happiness. It is the foundation for it. When you remove the daily stress about money and the future, you create space in your life for joy, for family, and for personal interests. A secure job gives you peace of mind and the resources to enjoy your life fully, both inside and outside of work. It is the responsible choice, and it is a powerful one. So let me leave you with this thought. Your passion can be your hobby. Let your career be your security.
Thank you, Leo, and thank you, Sarah, for sharing your very interesting and thoughtful perspectives on this important topic. We've heard a strong case for finding purpose and passion, and an equally strong case for finding freedom and stability. Ultimately, the right answer is different for everyone. So the final question is for you, our listeners, to think about what is the right balance for you. Thank you for joining us.